Brandon, what did you think of the episode?
Okay. I said one thing about Rom last week, and you came for me, so I got to be careful with my wording, okay? This was a great episode, awesome opener. I'm stoked for any Star Trek anytime. It could be a terrible episode, and I'd be here for it. But I did like it about 3% less than you guys, I will say. There were little things. There were little things, and I'm someone who reins in my excitement. I need 2 or 3 episodes before I'm willing to say they did it, they nailed it, they're back. So I'm keeping it reined in, but it was great, kept me going. If I wish my kids were here, if I stand up from the couch, that means I'm into it. I did it like 13 times. Like I stand up. I'm like, that's the belt. Oh, that's the asteroid field behind Mars. I'm predicting stuff, and I was into it, but I'm reeling it in.
Okay, but you don't have to reel it in. You also liked it 3% less than you did. So what are you hiding from us? It's what do you really miss? This is a safe place. This is a safe place.
Yes,
They didn't go to Taco Bell. They didn't go to Taco Bell, Scott.
The thing about they have warp, they don't. They know about antimatter, they don't. They take it. It was too much left to guess, and to me that's not good writing. That is not good writing. If we all have to sit here and go, well, maybe they know, maybe they don't. If we're writing the episode, that means they didn't, and that's just an issue of mine. And that's a small dude. It's petty. I know it is. So it's small stuff, but that's something that bothers me about it.
No, but I mean that was part of our sticking points as we were talking about this. So yeah, you're spot on, Brandon.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Chris, did you watch this? What was your take, sir?
I have watched it twice because what happened is that it didn't show up at 11 p.m. for me last night.
Oh my God! It did not show up until it wasn't even up at 4:15 when I went to bed. I was like, "Fuck this shit! God damn it, Paramount! What the fuck is the problem?"
New season streaming. Okay, it said this. I should have taken a picture.
Did.
I don't know
yes.
if
Thank you.
Yes, it did say this. So this is what happened. I get home because like my client ran late. Their baggage got lost. I'm at 1:30 in the morning. I'm trying to find the episode. 2:00 in the morning. It finally shows up. Whoa! I put the headset on. I'm doing it 80% of the way. I crash. I'm having a great time. I died. Not that I was bored. I just was like, I died out. So I woke up 30 minutes later and Next Gen's playing. Like a Contagion.
Oh, no.
And so I was like, what's happening? So then today I rewatched it and stuff like that. I do agree with Brandon on the antimatter. That's a little tricky for me. What if they have the quantum entanglement stuff? Do they know about antimatter? Do they know it explodes? Are they going to use it? And how did Pike intuitionally know, let's destroy a planet? Yes, we don't have it in our timeline, which I still like that story. And I agree with you, there are plot points. I do like the struggle with Pike, where he sat there and he was trying to go, okay, we're going to break the time directive, or how are we getting out of this? And Spock warns him, and he does this, but they have to get out of there. What are they going to do? And they still need to seal their future. And I also on a side note, I loved your guys' video that you guys put out about the Mars thing. Fantastic. I love it. I really liked that. So I think I was telling Brandon or somebody going, that was great. I didn't even know anything about that. So I like that correspondent. I like that there was Mars people, because I don't think we've ever established this in Star Trek, that there was once people on Mars. I got a Romulan feel to it. That's my take. A little Romulan, the ears and the stuff. Very Praetor type of feel.
Vulcan.
Yeah. So I still loved it. I still love the concept of them in the past like that. The pieces of that planet, which I keep thinking was a Xindi. I was ready to call them the Xindi insectoids.
Yeah.
So they hit the planet Earth. Everything was supposed to happen, and it's very. I think the storyline itself is fantastic.
Yeah.
That whole piece,
So I think so, because it just occurred to me when we said remind you of Xindi.
Yeah.
The visuals kept looking like Xindi,
Mm-hmm.
but Spock says they're arachnid. And then I have to wonder if that was a flub up on the production side.
Oh, interesting. Maybe.
When they came to put it together. Like,
Yeah. Could have been. On that note, Bill, we're going around the horn. Bill, what did you think?
What did you think?
So what more can you say? You've got your Doctor Who reference. You've got you've got which in a Doctor Who reference, a time travel episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought about that later after Bill goes. Sorry, go ahead.
And you've got just the time travel, the way they got there. You knew it was going to be different. They weren't being obvious about it because every time, they even did it with, I want to say, one of the more modern ones. They did it with Picard. There's something else. Whenever there's a time warp, right, you always get the distorted face like from Star Trek 4, right? Star Trek 4 established, we're doing time warp. We're going to do blurry face. It actually wasn't. It actually went back to TOS. There's one of the episodes of TOS, you got the blurry face. So ever since then, it's blurry face. No blurry faces, right? No kind of, whoa. I thought that was interesting take. That was how they pulled themselves back. Overall, I loved all this. I think that I said it in my video. I think the writers are they're back. They got their mojo back.
Yeah.
I think that they said dinosaurs, and you think, oh shit, they're gonna fuck this up.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
And they didn't. And I don't. I kind of was thinking that they didn't fuck up lowered the crossover. They didn't fuck up Subspace Rhapsody. They kind of nailed this, and they did. So now I'm really excited to see the Muppets episode because I think it's going to freaking be awesome.
I hope so.
But I think that there's a lot of good Pike in this.
Oh, there is.
And everything from the face acting from Anson Mount, like you said, Brandon. I thought the same thing, right? When I said it, when it wasn't just his acting, it's his ability to act with his face, and that explains why he played that mute character in that Marvel series so long ago, because he could emote like nothing, right? He doesn't have to say a damn word. And I think the other thing with where was I going with that?
You talking about the acting? You were talking about how much he repeated his.
No words.
Really, he's the story that he has, where it's the emotion. Here we go, connecting the dots with the Vulcans again. So
been there.
The Martian. So Cassell mentions that they have different words for different things, and that there's emotions, and they're reading and sensing all that, right?
Yep.
And when she says the word, the feeling I get from you, the emphasis on the words when she's saying it, because it had happened, I was trying to track back, while we're on live here, I was trying to track back to, because I keep track of those points. And I heard her say it, and I'm like, holy shit. That's like, they didn't say anything because we didn't get to know them at all. But could definitely be not only just the allusion to they could be proto-Vulcans, but I mean the fact that Vulcans are very telepathic, have that root. It would make very good sense that their language be rooted in that.
Yeah.
But I thought it was great. I haven't, I was much like you, Scotty, and many others. Season 3 kind of did fall flat, but this really kind of, and it started with the how they came out with in episode 1 in season 3 last year.
Yeah,
where it kind of starts falling flat, and to come out on such a great hard note where we're like, boom, we're gonna just nail this, was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I hope that they continue to dive in. I hope they continue to dive into different aspects of the on thing. I thought that was an interesting little side tack they took there, but there weren't a lot of those. And if they were there, they were very minimal conversational references, and that's how they use the ensemble without. And if they're laying things out, if they're doing like Academy did, where they were laying things out little by little, where they're doing it through character development, and little character development scenes, the little casual scenes, and then they're gonna just blow this up. And they've done this before on Strange New Worlds, but you know, if there was a whole lot of learning curve, because these are probably written around the same time as season 1 of Academy, that'd be pretty awesome, because I think that that's a good way to go, because we do have to finish out a couple characters. You mentioned that a couple times. There's a couple characters that are going to part ways, and that's where we're going to have to go. So they're doing a lot of good with the writing here. There were a number of things I could not say in my video. That was one of them. The different things they're doing with different characters is great as far as building the ensemble. I hope we get a lot more ensemble episodes.
Yeah,
because I think that's the other thing they have been able to prove over time, but they do with these really well. Is we can do ensemble. Yeah, we can do a little bit of character development. Yeah, we can get where we need to go and involve everybody in a way that does make sense. We're not just putting people on the screen. There was the other thing, building stuff up. I'll come back around, but I mean that was the big stuff, was that they're closing the loop, they're making things happen. So
yeah,
great shit.
It was great. I love that we're getting small character development for Lon. Like, this is the kind of storytelling that we want, right? We don't want everything thrown at us. We don't want everything just forced down our throat in a neat little package, right? We don't want the Michael Burnham show. No one wanted the Michael Burnham show. So we want ensemble episodes. We want episodes where people take center stage, but everyone still has a part in the episode, especially as they relate to each other. And we're looking at a slow burn for Lon. Let's go all the way back to Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow from season 1, where Lon is literally face to face with Child Con, right? And she has to come. This is season 2, and she's face to face with Child Con. We see Lon take the whole Vulcan transformation to the extreme in season 3. There's little moments here and there that always remind us that she is an ancestor of Khan. It is now confirmed that she absolutely does have recessive augment DNA in her, right? There is such a slow, small setup for Lon. It's almost going to be one of those things where it's the signs were there the whole time and we missed them type thing, right? So whatever they're setting up for 5 years of Strange New Worlds is going to be huge. There's going to be huge implications for her.
I can definitely see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and our Vulcan cadet is going to get Bavied.
I don't know who Bobby is. We have to
Bobby from Starfleet Academy.
Oh yeah.
Who's Bobby? Then Bobby, we're like, oh, Bobby's actually a decent dude. He likes comic books. Oh, this is going to turn around, and Bobby dies.
Yeah, Bill, I actually agree with you on the Lon thing, because it's a Deep Space Nine maneuver. I'm gonna explain that for a second. When they say the word Dominion in the first or second season, you go, oh, I've heard that before, and they just pepper it in and they slowly build. I'm wondering if the arc of La'an is revealed in season 5 of maybe they put the seed here. That's just a theory. So maybe they're pulling a Deep Space Nine where, oh, she did mention something, I'm feeling something, and then they pepper it in, and then you get that big Dominion War type of analogy. So maybe they do something like that. But I like what you're saying about that, Bill.
They're definitely going to grow something, and that's just it's really unfortunate. And here was actually the one thing I was thinking with that train of thought earlier. It is really unfortunate that we're getting to season 4 of Strange New Worlds. That same around that same time period, you got Starfleet Academy being written and being produced, and it seems like at this point they've figured shit out.
Yeah.
And then now it's all going to go thrown out.
And they did that with Enterprise. Everybody said that Enterprise season 4 was bam. we're on a roll.
Yeah, you figure shit out, and then and it's not, and that's the thing. It seems like it wasn't just, and I hope that season 4 ends up like this, like Starfleet Academy was, because I love that little bit of seeding things out. Right, is that you can get to laying, has Star Trek in general under Kurtzman really sorted out how do we do this with streaming and get back to that Star Trek level of storytelling again. And we just now fucking figure it out.
It took a while, but it took us getting Strange New Worlds. Honestly, Strange New Worlds.
It started there, yeah.
It started with Strange New Worlds. Yeah.
They had it from the beginning, in my opinion.
Yep. Slay is here. Todd Slayton is here. First off, Todd, welcome in.
Hey, Todd.
I also know you have feelings about New Trek. We are New Trek lovers. We are discussing Strange New Worlds. So obviously, I want you here. I'm happy you're here, but I know you have feelings about New Trek, so just want to let you know that we're all kind of gushing over Strange New Worlds right now. But
it's wonderful to see you.
But obviously, we're happy to have you here. We love when you join us. We love when you join us for every single live. Strange New World. It took us 2 seasons of Disco. One or 2 seasons of Picard. It took us a while till we got to Strange New Worlds, but Strange New Worlds is really what brought it. It's what brought it back, and it's just been getting better, except for season 3, and then we got Starfleet Academy. It's like we're getting so great at this. And now we're losing it, and that's what's
we're going back to the dark times.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's
in a lot of sci-fi too. It's not just here. We're also losing, we lost Doctor Who. What else are we losing? Are we losing every sci-fi right now?
We've lost Doctor Who. We've lost The Expanse. We've lost the 100. We've lost Foundation, For All Humankind. They were planning on doing a movie about Andy Weir's Artemis book. That's not happening anymore.
Yep.
Power Rangers, everything, bro.
Yeah.
All the good stuff.
What about Stargate? We were supposed to have something new from Stargate from Amazon, and they shelved it.
Yeah, well, that's just because it's Amazon. I mean, the only kind of new... I mean, hell, we lost some fantasy stuff as well. We lost The Ring of Power, The Witcher, Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
But in its stead, the only new thing coming out soon that we still have to look forward to, this is probably a really niche one, unless you guys are I don't know the extent of everyone's nerddom here, but there's a Warhammer 40k show being made with Henry Cavill. That's why he left The Witcher. And, I mean, we've lost so much good stuff, but we're gaining some better.
They'll get one season. They'll fuck it up.
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely only going to get one season, unless they do what they did with Secret Level.
I want to just point out real fast, Slay Tanak has been trying to say something real fast.
Yeah, sorry. So Slay, for those of you who don't know, Slay interviewed Georgia Fox, who was on CSI. She also had a recurring role on ER. She also had a recurring role on West Wing. And earlier today, he invited anyone to ask questions because I think he was doing a live with her or an interview, something Slay. And Slay, let us know. And Slay, if you want a box, we have an open box for you as well. And so Slay, actually, I asked a question. I put a question in Slay's comment box, and I said, "Hey, I want to know about ER, and I want to know about West Wing." Georgia Fox had a great recurring role on ER for 3 seasons. For 3 seasons, she played Maggie Doyle, and it's like, why?
She was on the main credits.
And I see, that's the thing. I don't think it turned into a main role. It was a recurring role. And so I was like, why didn't that become something bigger? And then why wasn't West Wing a bigger role? It's like, obviously we got an incredible role for her in CSI. And is she upset that she didn't get a bigger role on either series? Is she happy that everything led up to CSI? Because we obviously love Sarah Seidel on CSI, right? But it's like you had such a great recurring, and Bill, I got to look it up, and maybe you're right, Bill, but it's like you had such a great role in ER, but it never turned into something bigger. And West Wing, we barely knew you. So that was the question that I asked Slate.
Hello.
Someone say hello in the background.
Yeah, it's definitely good to see Slatonic tonight.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we're happy to see
CSI
you.
was a good show. I remember, especially in the beginning, that first couple of years was so.
Yeah. You hear Chris? We see you.
Yep, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, it was so epic that first, especially the first couple of seasons. So epic, that show, CSI.
Mm-hmm.
So amazing.
Yep. And Slate confirmed that she was happy. She was happy that even though those roles were kind of limited, everything led her to CSI. So glad to hear she was happy. So Slate, thank you for bringing that up.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
thank you for
awesome.
bringing that over. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and Slate, you do not take over lives. Everyone has roles on our lives. We all have a box. We all have things to share and things to say. Geek Dad, you've been hiding at the bottom there. Geek Dad, do you have any feelings about Strange New Worlds? I'm going to put you in the number 2 spot. It's what did you think about Strange New Worlds? Have you watched it yet?
I did watch it. I watched it this afternoon and this evening after we got back from Stafford County Fair. But I liked it. It was kind of the end was kind of very very predictable. But other than that, it was okay. One thing I did kind of catch. I don't really remember since I kind of watched it quickly. I didn't do any rewatching. What did the species that they ran into that we called the Martians, what did they actually call themselves?
I don't think they ever identified themselves.
Yeah, because I could have sworn thought I heard them refer to themselves as Martians, and I'm like, how can they be Martians when they're named after when the planets are named after Roman gods?
It
Yeah.
didn't it's okay.
are-
It's the translator. It's
Yeah.
the universal translator, and it was taking the impression that the Martians were giving, because remember, the translator is not just a language thing; it's also a what's in your head, what are you thinking thing. It puts the two together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was thinking, hey, that planet right there, and oh, that's Mars.
Yeah,
The
that
Federation standard word name for Mars is Mars.
that one kind of threw me off. I'm just like, I don't quite get that one because. Like everybody else's homeworld is their homeworld, or like it gets like Klingon homeworld gets translated to Kronos or Vulcan and whatnot, and we call it that. But
I mean, do we really talk about any of the other planets around Earth in general? Like, Mars was already pre-existed as Mars. Would the translator actually say to Vulcans, if they had a different word for Earth, that word?
I'm not sure, but there's a little bit of discussion on this on Reddit earlier today on how obviously obviously Romulus is not called Romulus, but books in the Star Trek world, which are beta canon, not alpha canon, like establish that what they call themselves, right? So we're hearing everything from Federation Standard, Federation English, stuff like that, right? So no, we never really heard what the Martians call themselves, their name, and for Geek Dad, I had the same note, and I didn't share it, but I had the same note about she's literally standing there pointing at the canyon called Valles Marineris. And I'm like, is that what you guys call it? Because Valles Marineris was named after Mariner 9. So how could it be called Valles Marineris 65 million years ago? So it's got to be just universal translator shenanigans,
yeah, and they probably just didn't want to think it through too much and say like this is a different species that's exmorpho or something, and something that nobody can pronounce. And I mean, that's probably about the only reason they cannot come up with it. But that was about my only complaint about the whole thing. Part of me was kind of like, okay, where's Alan Grant going to pop out now or something? Or are they going to pull a cell phone out of a big pile of shit or something? I don't know.
Yeah, and rest in peace, Sam Neill. Sad that we lost Sam Neill last week. Yeah. Slay is saying that he's
Yeah.
if we want to help Slay with his interviews, he says he needs an AI specialist. So if any of you know AI, Slay could use some help with his interviews. So send him a message if you're
Tiberius.
Say that again?
Yeah, Tiberius.
Tiberius is the one to talk to.
Very broad question for an AI specialist too, by the way. Like what,
Yes,
what
it's not
exactly
easy. Yeah. What
are we
exactly
looking
trying to
for with AI? Are we looking
Yeah.
for like
He means Weird Al
somebody who
specialist.
can write scripts? Are we looking for somebody who's doing photos with it? What are we doing with the AI?
Slay, I'll connect you with Tiberius, and he'll know what you're looking for. He'll help you figure out what you're looking for.
He'll ask you what are you trying to do.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I kind of did like how the fifth planet is in fact the asteroid belt, and it's been theorized that at one time it was a planet, but they're thinking that was probably about the size of Earth's moon, if that. So it was not a big planet if it did exist, and where the asteroid came from, they're not entirely sure, but it's been theorized that a collision happened in the belt and it sent it our way.
I didn't even know that. So that's fascinating. Maybe that could be our next STEM video.
Yeah, it's one of the few theories. They're thinking it probably came from like the Oort cloud, most likely, but based upon like its trajectory, like its possible trajectory, they think it could have come from that, but they don't know for sure since it's 65 million years ago.
Do we think we have to worry now that Saturn's losing its rings?
No, I think we'll be fine.
It's a billion year from now problem.
Saturn still has about a billion years left of ring life, so I think we're good for a while.
No, but that's losing it.
That's a tomorrow.
Probably
That's
was
a
a time it
tomorrow
didn't have
problem.
rings. Who knows?
Yeah.
Few tomorrows.
Yep.
Can I segue into a Doctor Who thought?
And this is Chris. Hold on, I'm going to put you and Kristen both up because Kristen's our Whovian in here. So,
So there's a very famous old Who episode with Pete Davidson, the Fifth Doctor, called Earthshock, where they lose Adric, the companion, and it is about the creation of the asteroid.
I'm no longer the expert.
That crashes into Earth and kills the dinosaurs. So not only did they cross over a little Doctor Who reference, but there was a thing happening with one of the doctors in the exact moment that asteroid crashed. It was a Cyberman ship. And I just kind of thought, like, they kind of referenced Doctor Who, and then they also, like, rewrite the episode. They, like, make it so that didn't happen. And it just kind of made me chuckle. I'm like, I kind of would have rather have seen it look like a Cyberman ship crashing into the Earth. That would have been an even better part of the reference, but they didn't do that, obviously.
They probably referenced it in the pure fact that we do have also another episode of something crashing into the Earth that is still a spaceship of some sort in a way. Like, I believe that could have been why they referenced it in the first place. And I just think it's hilarious that they do that, and then it's like Chekhov's gun with, like, a space and timey-wimey crap, too. I thought it was... And they did do wimey. They did the wimey part with the spinning. There was lots of spinning.
Any of you that want to
Yes, that's right.
Google the death of Adric, and you'll see the part, and you'll be like, "Oh my God, that was happening at the same time in this Strange New Worlds episode." That's all you gotta watch. It's a 2-minute
So
scene.
both sides of the planet got hit
caught
with 2
that.
asteroids.
I caught that Doctor Who reference. I go, the time traveling doctor. I'm like, what? They're really gonna add that in here? But the spin is definitely probably a director's point. They used that to do that. And the good thing is, it did make me sick because like, certain movements, with a camera could make you go, oh, like back rooms. It made me sick. There was too much candy cam. And it was moving around all over the place, and I was like, oh. Yeah,
I can't wait to see it. So excited.
I have a hit for you if you're going to see it. I watched it about 40 milligrams high. That's the key.
Well, I mean, I've watched all the backrooms information from like 4 years ago and everything like that. I was just recently watching other ones. I love backrooms and liminal spaces.
I love the movie.
So they're fantastic, and I'm just kind of curious as to what they're going to do with this particular backrooms. But I haven't watched any. I told you yesterday, I'm not a big problem when it comes to spoilers for myself. But at the same time, I'm like, I just need to see it. I'm really interested in what's going to happen with Backrooms. So if you guys spoil it and you want to talk about it, it's perfectly fine. I told Brandon yesterday over at the event that we ended up going to, so he was like
My
talking about
favorite line
something.
of the whole movie is "Somebody built this place on acid." I thought that was the best line. It was the best line. Go, you are not wrong.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't the TARDIS popped up in Strange New Worlds at some point?
Yep.
Yeah, we
And,
talked about it. It's been there 3 times. Scotty has all the details on the other 2 times.
Yes, in the Salat that ate its tail in season 3, we had an Easter egg of the TARDIS. We had two Doctor Who references in season 3 and now 1 in season 4. Bill asked in the chat earlier today, did I even go to my day job today? Bill, somehow I managed to do both. And I also went shopping because I'm making 3 pies tomorrow. So it was a very busy day.
Also,
Did
the
you get
one
up this
pie
morning?
he has
Did
already
you even
made.
sleep?
I was up early.
Stephen Trek, he says my headcanon for Plea is and her Doctor Who reference is she is a Whovian in the 21st century.
I get it. So she's messing with everyone. That would be a very Pelia thing to do. Jason, welcome aboard.
Hey.
Jason, we're asking everyone to share what they thought of the Strange New World season opener. Have you seen it? And what did you think?
Yeah, I was okay. So I've been doing the thing where I basically like watch it like right as the morning, because since I work at like 2:30 in the afternoon to like now, it's basically like, oh, is it dropping at this point? Okay, it is. I'm just gonna be able to see it like right as it comes out. And I feel like this one, because one of the things about last season was that it kind of got a little bit like not necessarily off the rails, but like where it was kind of being like deciding what it wants to be. And so I feel like it was a stronger season opener for like just trying to have you jump in to it, especially when it wasn't there for a while. The like anytime we have different things of also
Good to see you, Slaytonic.
yeah, just Spock, like in general, and it's like because I kind of wonder, like, you know, we kind of feel like, you know, it's gonna be like they've changed canon and stuff so many times at this point where it's just like you're getting more and more into like that Spock and Khan relationship where it's like, hey, when Khan actually comes up later, I know you're trying to change the timeline. This is gonna get more and more awkward.
Yeah.
But I loved the little bits, just enjoying it, just knowing it was kind of like there's sort of doing a thing. Also, but on the Doctor Who reference, I have a feeling that there was a thing behind this because it ended up being there was a mobile game that ended up being launched as a crossover between Doctor Who and Star Trek. Like it was just a small thing, but Russell T Davies, when he came back and was launching Doctor Who before finally they stopped that happening, was big on trying to get these two shows to unite. Like around the time of Comic-Con where there was this thing of like there was a Doctor Who and there was a Star Trek thing and they were both kind of doing stuff, and he was kind of piecing and seeding these crossover things together, and that was around the time they would have been filming, writing / doing this. And so like I think it's one of those situations where you see shows in general push the boundaries to not be able to cross it, but lay the seeds there so that if later they get the go-ahead, they do the go-ahead. Like the show Gotham did this a lot with like Batman characters like the Joker and stuff, where it's like, oh, we can't use it. Well, we're going to pretend like we can use it, but not actually use it. And so like those references like that in Star Trek are one of those things where you kind of feel like they want to so bad. And so you're like, but we can't, but we're going to lay the groundwork.
Rick and Morty and Gravity Falls. Didn't they do that with that one? Yeah. It was like Rick and Morty, Gravity Falls, and something else that they were trying to do the same thing.
Rick and Morty, Gravity Falls, and Amphibia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also the Owl House, technically.
Got it. On that note, everyone please welcome Queen Otoli / Emily, new to our little community here. They asked for uppies, and we gave them uppies. So we are putting everyone on the spot. I am going to ask, have you seen the Strange New Worlds premiere? Because that's what we're discussing. And if you have, what did you think about it? Are you a Star Trek fan?
I have not yet. That's going to be something I got to watch later, but I will eventually.
Awesome. So you are going to watch it later, which is good. So tell us, since you're new here, tell us what you like about Star Trek.
Just the hopeful optimism of what the future could be.
Yeah.
Awesome. My favorite answer too. Star Trek is a mirror, and there's good.
Although I will say this, I hate the production design of New Trek. I'm sorry. Like, it looks okay. So the reason why I hate it is mainly because of Discovery and also partially Strange New World, because like the design of the consoles and such look too far into the future instead of looking like, you know, how they should in the original series, if that makes sense.
I mean, that was an honest complaint I had about Discovery as well, to be quite honest. Kristen, you had a thought on that.
No, I just have angry face because I love how everything looks, but at the same time, I do get where you're coming from. I'll let it go.
I also think Discovery from the start should have been set in the 32nd century instead of being where it was.
To be fair, I hated Discovery when it started. I think there was like one season or something like that I actually thought Discovery was okay with, but Discovery from the start in the Klingon War, I was very upset with.
Me too.
Again, they should have started in the future.
So
yeah, it would have worked out fine if they started in the future instead of like going from the past. But then I do like the fact that they had the crossover and they brought Strange New Worlds from it too, though, and the fact that we do get the Michael Burnham of the initial. But I hate the fact that we never hear about Michael Burnham ever again. So
classified.
This whole season 2 is actually good, even though they kind of have to go, hey, we can't talk about it anymore. Kind of sucks. And
like
even in this episode, they can't talk about it too again. They have to say this happened, but in the official records, you guys were out of comms for a hot minute. So they're doing that again in this episode. And I understand what Queen's saying for a hot minute. They're like in Deep Space Nine, when they started getting that digital ships in season 6, some of these ships were so nice to clear like CGI. And you kind of have a hit and miss in Discovery and Strange New Worlds. It's like it's a little grainy or something. So I get that point. It's good, and then it's kind of.
I'm fine with the ship design. The ship design from season 1 and 2 is I'm fine with. Well, except for the Discovery itself, it looks too Klingon for me, but that's just me.
It's the visual effects sometimes is great, and then it kind of goes And when they did the burn where all the ships were just hanging out and the star in the background all together, and they all blow up, it's not close by. You're not seeing the detail of the ship coming apart. It's all in the background. It feels like they missed something. So I missed that. So
agreed. But also, I'm just going to say this. I also dislike a lot of 32nd century design, stuff. It's like, no, don't. The floating in the cells is stupid. I'm sorry.
I think that's interesting though, because it still shows future feel. I get what you're saying. It's still interesting, but I don't know why in technology it needs to be separated. Why does it need to be separated to do it? Now, I'm not complaining. I'm asking the question neutrally, going, how does that make it better? Even though it looks cool. So
it seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, it might be counterintuitive. Yeah, and then on Voyager, isn't there? If I'm mistaken, isn't there a separation between the hulls too? Did I miss that?
No.
Okay.
Not in Voyager. Yeah.
No, on the 32nd century on the Voyager J.
Yes, on the 32nd century one.
So does the turbo lift like transport to the next deck?
No. So in the 32nd century, everyone has a personal transporter.
Yes.
So you can just beam anywhere you want.
Yeah, you could beam. That's right. So there's no turbo lifts then. So.
Exactly. Geek, did you have a point to bring up? I know you were trying to hop in.
Yeah, just a small one. I'm kind of with Captain Picard, and I miss carpet. I mean, I miss the carpet. that was probably one of my biggest complaints of like even like the Titan A. How just how massive some of these bridges are. Like they're just huge. Like
like they're too big. They are too big in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well,
like
so they're made.
Function. You have to.
Why
yell
does
across
anybody
the
like
bridge.
carpet? Why would
I
you
don't.
like carpet?
No.
Carpet sucks.
Everyone in the world wants hardwood floors. Why do you want carpets in a spaceship? No,
I don't
Yeah,
want
like,
carpet.
the amount of times, like, did you not watch the Orville and how he was asking whether or not he could have his soda or his like milkshake on the freaking deck? How many times did somebody spill something and you've got to clean that carpet? Like, come on! Nobody likes carpet. Why would you like carpet?
Yep. Agreed.
Also,
even
technically, it might
Chakotay
not
goes.
even be carpet. It might be some future flooring material that absorbs pretty much any form of liquid.
But they still clean them. But Chakotay says, "Hey, while you're gone, do you want the carpets cleaned?" I'm like, "Who's cleaning the carpets?"
Yeah, like, come on.
It was really noticeable though. Like I think it's like classic design because like there is like the Lego set for the original series came out and it doesn't have a bottom. It's just like the whole bridge and interactive doesn't have a bottom. So they're displaying it on like this glass like reflective surface, and that's not how it is in the original series. And I'm like, oh, so that's how a true NCO1 deck would look without a carpet.
Hey Jen, hey Jen,
Hey, Jen!
hey.
I don't miss carpet.
Hey, Jen.
I think bridges are fine without carpet. I'm with Kristen. Carpet's nasty. I wish more hotels would remove carpet from the rooms. They nasty. However, what I miss is lighting. I miss a
100%.
well-lit TNG
Well lit.
bridge.
Yes.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
yes.
Another thing. Okay, so here's my whole thing. I think if we would have gotten Enterprise seasons, like 4, 5, and 6, which would have been the wrong 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, and 7, which would have been the whole Romulan War.
Yeah.
I think Trek would be in a better position than it is today.
Could be. But
I've read the novels that are essentially what would have been 4, 5, and 6. 5, 6, and 7. Sorry, my brain is acting up tonight.
this is all good.
Excuse my both dyscalculia and both me messing up words. Just
So
heads
good.
up.
Must have something going on in our brains. It's great.
We wouldn't be here if we didn't have something going on, and you're
I mean, I
just
have the
fine.
holy.
We're
I
all
have the
just
holy.
a little weird.
I mean, I have the
That
holy
blue
trifecta.
carpet in Enterprise season 4 was good though. Just Queen, I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
thinking about that for a
Oh
second.
yeah,
I
I'm
like
just gonna
that
say
carpet.
this. I'm just gonna. I have the holy trifecta of things going on in my brain. I have ADHD, undiagnosed autism, and bipolar disorder. Hooray! The holy trifecta.
So good. As long as you're not using it for an excuse, you're good to go.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm good.
I have
But yeah,
I have peer-reviewed autism. That's the kind of autism I have. Peer-reviewed autism.
But yeah, like I think, like I've read the novels that essentially cover seasons 5, 6, and 7. That would have been seasons 5, 6, 7 Enterprise, and I'm like, I wanted that as a show. Like I want that as like my show. I've also watched pretty much everything that Axanar has done, which I also really love.
Ooh, Axanar.
There's a new
Oh,
documentary coming out about Axanar, by the way. If you guys noticed that, they're dropping a documentary about it.
Oh yeah, but speaking of Axanar, my friend and also Jason's friend Lessa worked on it.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
But I'm like, Paramount, you could have just said like, hey, Axanar people, we'll give, if you want to do this, we'll make it canon and we'll hire you guys on as production people.
It doesn't even necessarily have to be canon. Like I
do
think
it.
there's a lot of stuff now where because Star Wars does this to an extent pretty well, and I feel like this is a thing of like I can understand the protecting of IPs. Like you own the IPs, you want to structure it, and on a marketing standpoint, if someone does something really bad and puts it out there, then like that's like okay, yeah, you can't exist because we own this, and now you got all this stuff and buzz about this bad thing. But if it's just like in love, like, oh, I really love this thing, and I want to be able to show my arts and craft and stuff, and be able to put that out there, especially in the age where getting in entertainment is much harder because of different things. You kind of have to do it yourself. It's kind of demonstrating your abilities and your knowledge and different things of like Seth MacFarlane made like a Star Trek thing in college that is just basically, which is pretty decent if you watch it. And it's like way before any of this happened, and you don't get a lot of that anymore. So as long as it's not necessarily detrimental to the IP, I think Paramount and Star Trek and everything can learn from that as well as like, well, let them do that. We can just let them say, because they did after Axanar, the restrictions that they put on fan films are ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Like, it's like, just make sure that it's not going to be detrimental to your IP. That's the main goal. Don't worry about anything else.
Wasn't it like $50,000 you can only do and 15 minutes at a time? I saw an interview with the guy that's in charge of the Star Trek stuff at Paramount, and I was like, wait a minute, come on, guys, like, give a little bit more. You guys aren't doing as much. Give them a lot. Even if you have to charge them a licensing fee, let them do it. Let them.
Well, it was around the time because Star Trek Continues was just finishing up at that time.
Right.
As well.
The Prelude was
past that.
Awesome. That Prelude, I watched it like 5 times back in the day, and I thought it was great.
Heck, even the minisode that came out a few years ago, that's after Prelude, that's about them getting to the battle, is really damn good.
And I like the fact that they've got of Izar and all of these different types of stuff. And some of the shots were really good. The planet ones they had a little bit of trouble with, but some of those shots were really awesome. They did a great job. And the interviews.
But I'm also like, heck, most of their ship-to-ship battle effects are better than what freaking Paramount is doing.
Well, it also demonstrates what they want, because even if we look at Strange New Worlds right now, we're in season 4. And it's kind of like that started basically from a very large contingent of around the time of like with Discovery when Pike was in it. Everyone pretty much universally was like, we want a Pike show. And it was to the level that Paramount at the time's like, really? All right. And then did it. And you don't really get a lot of that if you can't get stuff out there for people to see and be like, hey, we want more of that. And
because they listen to people. That's the thing. And I love that.
I am shocked that we did not get Star Trek Legacy, because
I was going to say that.
Legacy was just as loud as the support for Pike, and we didn't get it.
Right. People were sitting there chanting almost, like how people go, lower decks. It's kind of like that, like, we want this, we want this,
That's just because what they're doing at this point is they gave it up to somebody else, and it's been moved on, and nobody who was the original people who actually listened to us about Pike is listening anymore.
Yep. Exactly. Also, I will say this. Okay, so Picard. So I liked some of the ideas from Picard. I think you could probably change the first season story-wise to make it say, "Oh, Picard found something related to the Borg that might reveal their origins," instead of the whole finding Data again. Because I was fine with Data coming back as B4 and such. That was fine. I was fine with that.
Yeah, my thing with Picard is, and Geek, I'm sorry, I know you had your hand up. My thing with Picard is, okay, one, you could tell that they hastily rewrote the ending, because I still will maintain that he was meant to die at the end of the series. And they basically rewrote it to put him into the golem so that way the character could continue. But it's like, this was a limited event series to indulge Patrick Stewart, one and done, and then they wanted to keep going. He wanted to keep going. My other issue is we got zero payoff for whatever weird shit was going to come through that wormhole, right? However, the whole advanced android evil technology, AI technology, it looked very similar to what they were battling at the end of Discovery Season 2. And I think there was meant to be a connection, and they abandoned it. And that really bothered me with Picard. Anyways, Geek, you had your hand up, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, so one of the things, like with the creation of Strange New Worlds, like with Paramount actually listening to fans and what they wanted. I mean, season 1 wasn't bad. Season 2 was beautiful.
Season 2 is beautiful.
2 was amazing because we got we got like my favorite episode of Star Trek in a while. In Those Old Scientists, that was fabulous. That was funny. That was so much fun to see Boimler and Mariner actually portray their characters. That was a fabulous episode. And
also season 3 with the whole finale with the freaking. Oh yeah, no. There's actually an origin to evil in the universe.
Yep.
It's terrifying. Do not go here.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. In the last couple minutes, we're going to go around the horn. Oh, Geek, are you heading out?
Yeah, I got to peace out. We got an early morning. I'm on vacation this week, so we're doing a bunch of day trip stuff, and I got early morning tomorrow, so I'm peacing out.
It's good to see you, Geek Dad.
Hey, Geek.
Good to see you.
Good night, Geek Dad.
Yeah, see ya.
Enjoy the vacay.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah. So I'll
Live long and prosper.
I'll start with you, Queen. Predictions for season 4. What are your predictions?
I think most likely season 4 is going to end essentially with the events that lead into, well, Pike being in the chair, essentially.
Okay, good. Chris, what's your prediction?
Yeah. I think they're going to I think they're going to continue to make big swings in storytelling, and we see this with the first episode where them going to the past or doing something that we've never seen before. They're going to do the puppet one. I'm really excited just by the titleness of Tomorrow's Enterprise. I really want to know what that one's about.
Me too.
And I really want to see that transition to Kirk taking over, because we've never seen that before. I've never seen that pass the baton thing, and that's
maybe we'll get to see. Maybe we'll get to see the Enterprise. What are we on? G now? Maybe the Enterprise H.
Right, or they do a little G like they did before in Enterprise, which I love, and I've created some stories around that. But I really think so far that they're doing great. I mean, we've even heard that they're doing great in this season. If they give us great storytelling that we can talk about and be excited with, that is the core thing. If we are excited to sit here and just geek out to death going, oh my God, Star Trek did this, and we are excited. That is my whole punchline for the whole night.
Also, hold us over until this new Dark Age is over. Which is
we still have Comic-Con, which I'm hoping. I don't know what's going to happen. Today was day 1. So we'll see with the paneling what they say. It could be just talking about this season, and that's it. Maybe they're going to throw us a curveball, and we get some announcements. I mean,
maybe they're just going to throw us
positive.
a fucking cash grab.
That'd be nice.
Right? Yeah.
Steven's Trek in our comments, he's predicting that Pike will take to promotion, and season 5 is actually Star Trek Year 1. Very interested. Prediction, and that will meet McCoy as M'Benga's second before he takes over. So interesting. Interesting there. Jason, what are your predictions?
I think he's going to go with that because with season 5 being less episodes, the moment that kind of mentioned and everything on that, it's like, okay, now you got to really go into a story, and they've wanted to pretty much do just a new TOS since about season 2-ish. Like you have all the things that the writers are like, we really want this. We're going to introduce more characters, and we just have McCoy left. And it's really like I really am curious. That's one of the predictions of like if we'll get like if that's a Comic-Con announcement, like if that's something we've been hiding, if like we'll get a McCoy, because following up Carl Urban is going to be tough. Because Carl Urban just took the soul of DeForest Kelly and put it in his body. So, that's this is something where McCoy is such a specific type of character. We're having an interpretation of it. Well, another interpretation would be like, okay, let's see what you got. And I'm curious about it. But in terms of this ending, I really feel like we are really getting a lot of the ramp up to basically be like, hey, let's do this, and then the last part is just their pitch to keep going. Like it's
Yep.
like
Right.
we
That
have
would be
limited
cool.
episodes.
I will say this though, like McCoy is a certain type of character. Like I like to call him the asshole with the heart of gold. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Brandon, what are your predictions?
I'm going to start small, go into a slow burn here, okay? If for a one-off with these aliens from Mars, there's no reason not to name them. We know that this episode was about Pike facing his destiny. I don't think we're done with this episode. I think at some point we come back to this. Maybe there is some legacy of these aliens. Maybe we find out they're named something important because we've already met them. I don't know what the payoff is going to be, but I'm going to lay the groundwork here. I'm pretty sure we come back to this moment, and I think it has something to do with the fact that these writers aren't going to let the menagerie be the end of Pike. There's something else to it. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm not smart enough, but something is going to happen. We're going to find out that it wasn't Pike that goes there. We're going to find out there's some twist of how we can get out of that. They're after what they're doing to us for Pike, they're not going to have that be the end. I just don't believe it. I don't think that's the case at all. So
Also, hi Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. Rachel Ember Bloom's in the chat. Rachel, if you want to grab a box in the last couple of minutes, you can, or if you want to put in the chat, anyone who doesn't have a box, so Rachel and Jen and anyone else, put your predictions for Strange New Worlds Season 4 in chat. We'll read them up. Bill, what are your predictions? Or Brandon, did you have anything else?
One final thing.
Yeah.
I said it in the chat before. I think La'an is going to be the one that dies. I really hate to say it. I think it's going to propel Spock into more of a trend of being emotionless by the time we see him in TOS.
He's gonna be a villain, a big old villain.
But we talked about this. They are seeding something for Lon.
Yeah.
They are.
And what if Lon becomes the villain? There's a major catalyst that turns Spock into what Leonard Nimoy portrayed, and it's going to be bad, and it's going to hurt all of us. We are not going to emotionally recover from it.
They're going to have to close that door, and that's going to be, I think, what does it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bill, your predictions.
Thinking.
I think they're going to go to the 32nd century. No. Hear me out. Hold on.
Okay, Bill.
Or so I think Future Enterprise that title. It's meant to be deceptive. I think it's meant to be deceptive. It's either going to be deceptive that we're going to be all looking at yesterday's Enterprise and thinking, oh, we're going to have, the inverse where you have, goes to future, and that would bookend our time traveling situation, right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So
Brandon's prediction then. Okay.
Ish, right? But I'm thinking oh damn it, it's still that way. I'm reversing. Going that way. They're gonna go to the future. I think that could be a thing. I think the Muppet episode is gonna be freaking phenomenal. I think it's gonna be everybody's favorite episode of the season.
Awesome.
I'm gonna just predict that now. I don't know why. I think the writers are on the money and they're gonna get there. I think a lot of y'all are talking. I'd have the same kind of. I think a lot of makes sense. I think there's gonna be something. Spock's talking about his feelings a lot. Spock's talking about his feelings and how he wants to feel a lot in those trailers. So I think that's going to add up, and I think Kirk's going to be his grounding post, and that's going to be how they really connect.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a big deal, and I think in some ways we're going to hate it.
Yep, agreed. Rachel, welcome aboard. I've been following you for a while, so I'm actually excited.
I follow you too. I'm pretty sure. Sometimes I realize I'm not following people on TikTok, and I think I am. So there's a not zero chance.
No, we haven't. We like each other's videos, and we comment.
I think I keep coming in like either when you're not here for that week, or like you've already left or something. Somehow I don't. It is bizarre that we've not actually spoken.
Well, you caught me at the right time, so welcome aboard.
Hello. I don't know. I'm trying to think because I just interviewed like last week about on Tech Trick for like what I want to happen like in this season of Strange New Worlds. I fear that Lon is going to be the one to die, which makes me mad because she's my favorite character, and I'm like, please don't. I think we're gonna see a lot of, and I thought of this season, and this happened in this episode, but a lot more with Una taking more command, which makes sense since she got a promotion at the end of this episode. And I also think there's gonna be time travel into Mars Enterprise, and I don't know if it's necessarily. We have an actress we have cast to play a young Rachel Garrett in a thing people don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
But also, maybe that's going to imply that there's going to be something TNG related, because it's very much a TNG episode title, not like like it's such a specific
Like yesterday's Enterprise. Yeah, like yesterday's Enterprise.
Maybe we'll go. Maybe we'll get some time on the Enterprise C.
Maybe
There's a concurrent series running at the same time they're filming these.
Yep.
Yeah,
And they've done a crossover before.
So maybe we'll see the Enterprise from the 32nd century.
That would be awesome. I would love to see that.
I'm going to steal a friend of mine theory. I don't know that I think this is going to happen. I think this would be cool. But this is going to be like, they're going to like see like Captain Seven. That was my friend's theory.
That
and
would
I'm going to throw that out there.
Yep.
Because the theory was cool.
I saw that theory as well. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
More
maybe
along
we'll
the lines
see.
of trying to seed, hey, look what you're missing now that you canceled this, bitches.
Yeah.
Hey, Lars.
When I go to bed, guys.
Lars is here.
Giggity.
Good night.
Yeah. On that note, our crew's going to call tonight, but we're not done yet. Kristen is hosting the Lower Decks Laundromat, which is our after party. So watch out for Kristen to go live. And Rachel, I know you just made Rachel, Lars, I know you just made it, but please bounce over there. I'll come in a little bit later as well. But those of you who joined us, especially now that we're at our peak of 16 viewers, I kind of hate that we're cutting it, but really happy that you joined us. Thank you for allowing us to spoil the series, those of you who may not have seen it. And we're going to be back next week. Next week is not confirmed, but next week is rumored to be a ghost episode involving Kirk and Spock on an abandoned starship. So that's the rumor for next week. The episode is confirmed to be called the Griffin Incident. That's next week's episode.
Why does that? Hang on. Why does that name sound familiar? Like
I think the blank incident is just a pretty popular title. Like,
no, but
So
like
it-
Star Trek
it
has
sounds-
used the word Griffin. Griffin in
it's-
some way, shape, or form.
I think I'm with you. I think I've heard that before too.
I haven't heard Griffin, but the blank incident, as Rachel pointed out,
Yeah.
we did have an original series called the Enterprise Incident.
Yes.
And the Enterprise Incident was about Romulans, I believe. I think it's about the Romulans.
I think this is stealing the
so-
cloaking device.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah. So yes, it's still a cloaking device. So again, rumored to be a ghost episode next week is the Griffin incident, and we will be here to
Martian
talk
ghosts?
about it same day.
Martian ghosts?
Martian ghosts. Well, I mean, everyone is saying we're not done with the Martians yet, so we'll
To
see.
be fair, though, if you listen to the doctor, he did say that everybody has a little bit of Martian in them anyway.
I want a little bit of Martian in me.
Okay. There you go. Oh,
Get a little Martian.
Brandon, see, you're saying it? Oh, she's.
Kristen, starting that.
At the end of the episode, I got really angry. I wanted to know what happened to the Martians. He said it.
I know.
Yep.
That's why I
All
didn't have a crash out on that one.
Not yet. All right, y'all, go join. Kristen is going to go set up her live. Wait for her to go live. Thank you all for
I need a
joining
little
us. We'll be
break.
back next week.
Yes.